Just arrived with overnight shipping. Okay, I think the last order I got was a black Chanel box with a black lettering. So I don't know if this is a new packaging they're doing, but this is the second one I've gotten. The first was with the tweed. Got some samples in here. We've got a Le Lift lotion. It smooths, firms, and plumps. We've got a Le Lift Pro contour concentrate. And then we have a No. 1 de Chanel L'Eau Rouge. We also have the lash primer as well as a Le Lift Pro volume cream. Let's take a look at this first. This is the eyeshadow quad 937 Ombre de Lune. You can see the theme for this design. You can see the moon in the background as well as a fragrance bottle. Black velvet pouch. And then you have here the gold embossing, which is different than their typical embossing, which is in white. Here's a nice close-up of this palette, and the shades look very different. Not very different. They look different though than the way they appeared in some of the images. It is quite a warm palette, but the colors are more vibrant here than they look. They were a little bit more muted in the images I've seen. A lovely peachier rather than rose tone. I thought it was going to be more rose toned. Then we have that lovely, almost a coppery shade, but still warmer than that, a little bit more pink in that, in the upper right hand corner with a CC. Then that lower left hand corner looks really like a brilliant, like a 24 karat gold kind of shade. That kind of gold, in fact, even a bit warmer than that. And then we have that brownish shade, which is a nice soft warm brown. So I went in this order to swatch 1, 2, 3, 4. So I started up here. This is the second, third, and the fourth. So this first shade I swatched was more dry. This was creamier. This one was more sparkly and more dry. And then this was creamier again. It kind of reminded me of the tweed palettes. So here's that first shade that I said was a little bit on the drier feeling side. There's more intermittent shimmer here. And like I said, it just felt drier compared to the other ones like this one and this one. This one is nice and creamy and satiny. I love that it's got a very even kind of finish on it. No intermittent shimmer on this, a lovely mocha type of shade. Then we had that third shade, which is like that 24 karat gold color. And you can see there is definite intermittent shimmer, very sparkly shade here, but not totally even in its reflective quality. And then you have here that brown shade, which is really beautiful. That's the one that reminded me of some of those browns in the tweed palettes, more creamy. And I think you can see on the swatch, the creamier shades are more even. And then these two, which were on the drier side, those are more intermittent. Now this is a little bit more sparkly and more intermittent than this one right here. So these two are not the same in terms of their reflective quality or even their density in their pigment. This one's a little bit more dense than this one. So I think I'll be able to do something. You could probably do just a neutral eye with it and then make it more holiday with these two. So I might start out with that first, just trying that and see how that looks and then add on with these. I think it's going to be more usable than the one from last year. Then we have this ÉCLAT Lunaire. It's an oversized illuminating face powder, and there were two shades here. I picked up the Or Rose, and this looks very oversized, so let's take a look. This is indeed oversized. You can see it has the same gold lettering. Let's take a look at it next to the palette just for size comparison. So you can see there is a difference in size. This is a palette over here, and this is the oversized palette. Now there is embossing. You can see it's actually embossed here, but you can see on this one it's stamped on. Okay, that is stunning. Just the design of it is really impressive. It's got that moon in the background, again, that fragrance bottle in the foreground, and it looks really beautiful. Of course, there's shimmer here, but it looks quite even. And I don't see any intermittent shimmer, but we'll have to try it just to see. But that is gorgeous. The highlighter here looks stunning. It went on evenly. You can see that there's no intermittent or chunky kind of shimmer, at least on the swatch. We'll see what it looks like on the face. It does provide some color though, and I believe the other one was even more rich in its tone, deeper than this one. This looked like the lighter of the two, and it's got almost like a peachy hue to it. Really beautiful. That might look pretty combined with the eye. These are 2 of the 4 Rouge Allure Lustre that I saw offered with this. I picked up 824 and 827. They looked very close. The undertones were a little bit different though, so I thought I'd see what these were all about. These are also refillable. And I was wondering this myself, if this was going to be a complete set or just the refillable part, because I actually have misplaced the case that I had before, so I'm glad this came as a whole unit. You've got the gold CC on the bottom. This looks like a pink on the cooler side. I can see some blue tones in there, but not too cool. I love this formula as well. 824 definitely swatched more intense than it looked, but I think it's going to be really, really pretty on. I like the shade a lot. And this is 827, a bit deeper. It looks like there's a little bit of brown tone in there. These look like they're going to work, but they definitely look a little bit different to me than I thought they would look. I thought they'd be a little bit more red. And 827, especially compared to that, I think you can see does have a brownish tone to it, just a hint. Gives it a little bit of warmth, and it's just a little bit deeper. Of course, we will try them all on in the Get Ready video. Then I've got a couple of these Rouge Allure Laques. These are an Ultra Wear Shine Liquid Lip Color, and I really like these. And I think these were the only 2 I had picked up, 88 and 89. You've got 88 on the left there and 89 on the right. You can see those are going to be completely different shades. You've got here the doe foot applicator, and this shade looks like it's going to be really pretty. 88 here looks stunning. That looks like definitely a shade I would pull for on a really frequent basis, whether it was evening or day. So hopefully this will look as pretty on as it does here on the swatch, but that looks like my kind of shade. And then you've got 89 next to that. That also looks really pretty. Actually, all of those shades, similar to some lip shades I picked up from Lisa Eldridge, they all fall into a category of items that I would pick up just because I think they'd be really lovely shades with my skin tone. These look really versatile. And these items will be available online very soon, so make sure you are subscribed so you can see when I post in the community tab. I will post links for you, as well as on Instagram. If you don't already follow me there, I will post that in the stories as well as links if you'd like to get your hands on any of these products. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.